Good morning and a very warm welcome to Frugalful. My name's Lara and this is a frugal living and budgeting channel. Welcome to a wee Thrifty Tuesdays frugal chat. Lovely to have you here and I hope you've had a super weekend and good start to your week. Missed you all on Sunday. I was going to do a slow cooker Sundays and budget savvy snacks video doing a batch cooking Japanese dish, but I'm going to do that this Sunday instead. I didn't really have the energy on Sunday, but I've got the cabbage there ready to chop and freeze, so I've got that prepped. That's a wee hint about what the Japanese dish is going to be. If you can guess, let us know in the comments below, and I'll so look forward to that. I've been a bit out of rhythm with my videos recently. I've been really lacking in energy, as I've mentioned in previous recent videos, feeling quite run down and poorly. So we're coming into spring soon and I'm looking forward to building my stamina back up and hopefully being able to do a lot more batch cooking videos very, very soon. But Sunday will be a great start to that again. So this thrifty chat today, this is about a topic that has been at the forefront of my mind quite a bit recently, and it's the crux of what the channel's all about. And that is to have a chat about what is frugality. So when I talk about this, I'm framing this in terms of what is frugality to me at this point in my life, because I preface all of this chat by saying that I feel that frugality is something that, there'll be a kind of mainstream, excuse me, a kind of mainstream dictionary kind of definition of what it might be, which I think I'll check out and add along here. What the dictionary actually says frugality is, but I do think it's something that's so personal for everyone. Each person might have their own concept of what frugality is, so I honour that, and everyone's journeys with frugality are different. And the things in their budget that they focus on may be completely different as well, different priority areas. Which brings me round nicely to how I perceive frugality as a concept and a way of life now. I feel like as I learn and change and grow and develop as a person, how I experience and how I engage with the idea of frugality will shift as well over time. And I already feel like in this year and a bit since I started doing the low spend at the beginning of last year, how I perceive and how I engage with frugality has already begun to shift quite a bit. And the way I think about it conceptually as well. So I'm so excited to explore this with you today. I guess where I am, and again, it's such a personal thing and I really respect that. And I do feel there's no sort of rights or wrongs about how you see or engage with frugality. And what I love about it is the flexibility that you do what works for you. And that's a fantastic thing. So empowering that it doesn't have to be a set script. Don't get me wrong, there's lots of things out there where there could be recommendations and do X, Y, and Z and certain budgeting strategy ideas and certain kinds of formulas that you could follow, like for example the Dave Ramsey baby steps. There are different set things out there, and that's a very helpful thing to give ideas and structure, and that could work really well for some people, which is fantastic. But there's also so much scope to just make this your own and do it your way, and I love that about it. So for me at this point in my life, in a nutshell, the way I would describe what frugality means to me is I would say it is a path of financial intentionality that creates freedom in my life for the things that matter most to me. And that feels really good. When I say that and I think of frugality in that way, I feel light, joyous, my heart feels open and spacious. It's, again, empowering, uplifting, and it feels like something really positive in my life. It's something where I can learn and explore and actually discover things about me and how I think about money, my relationship with money, how my lifelong relationship with money's changed, and how my past beliefs around money could have influenced how I've been in my life and how that's kind of adapting and changing over time as well. There's a lot of emotion around money. There really is. And exploring all this is a form of self-exploration and learning as well. So our relationship with money and our journey with money, that brings so many gifts to really learn and get in touch with ourselves and in tune with these things in that way. So it's come a long way, and I don't think of it in terms of deprivation anymore, which is a big shift. So I know that for some people, when they think of frugality, they might think of things like people who are sort of being cheap or being tight with their money. And to me, I don't really feel like that's what frugality is all about. To me, it's a completely different thing. And it may seem as if frugality to some people is about deprivation or doing without. So there have been times in my life where I've really cut back to the point that I am doing without. And I've maybe done that for short bursts if I've been really focusing hard on trying to save for a goal, and cutting back on certain things. Yes, that can be really helpful if there's a why behind it. But when it's feeling deprived and cutting back to the point of doing without for things that are meaningful and important for us, that can feel awful. And maybe in certain circumstances for a while, cutting back and just the bare bones of things for a wee while, for a specific need or want or goal or why, or a difficult circumstance, which my heart goes out to anyone that has to for really difficult personal circumstances. But I do feel there is a time and a place for cutting back on certain things out of maybe necessity, or for really trying to reach a milestone or resolve a financial situation. And that's fair enough, but I'm thinking of frugality at this point in my life more as a long-term lifestyle choice rather than an intense short-term strategy. As a kind of acute short-term strategy, maybe being deprived in certain ways to try and help create the wiggle room in a budget to try and change circumstances for the better. Yeah, trying to really cut back to then create breathing space and wiggle room to reach certain milestones and make certain important changes in life. That could be like, as a kind of acute, short-term, intense focused thing, can be a really empowering thing. I suppose for me, I'm thinking along the lines of a long-term lifestyle way of being that's empowering and helps me keep on track and helps me to live in a mindful way of the things that are most important to me. Being able to afford to do the things that matter most, having some money for quality time and experiences with loved ones comes high on that list, and being able to afford to treat myself in certain ways that feel really great at certain points, not all the time, but with intentionality. And I think intentionality is the key word for all of this for me with frugality at this point. So cutting back and doing without, and sort of air quotes I'm not a big fan of, but being deprived, if it's an area of my life that doesn't really have that much meaning or significance, or isn't going to really have much impact, that's absolutely fair enough to do without in those areas. For someone else, that might be an area that they could never imagine doing without in, but that's why it's so great when things are very personalised. I suppose the kind of big area where I do really want to keep cutting back as much as possible, which does impact day-to-day life in that it squeezes the amount I have available, so that I'm really trying to focus in and strategize and make it a fun thing, is around the food, really, really trying to limit my food budget, because that helps create freedom to be able to then have more kind of more flexibility and more freedom for other areas of my budget. And that's really, really important to me. So, and I do enjoy my food though, so it may be in the future I do build more money into my budget for food. So we will see. But I love the adaptability, flexibility, and the fact that what it means to us can shift over time, and it's not a one-size-fits-all thing at all. It's such a personalised thing, and there's a lot of value to that. So I hope you enjoyed this wee chat today. I could go on and on about frugality, and if you'd like us to explore this further and to have another wee frugal chat, or when we do the live, for it to be something we chat about on the live, then please let me know. Not quite sure when the live is going to happen yet. I promise I will keep you posted in advance of when I'm thinking of doing the first live. Can't wait. It's just that it's like picking a time that's going to suit. Oh, and also, yeah, having a think about what time of the day so it's going to suit as many people as possible, but also picking a time in a day when I'm going to have more energy and more time for a bigger chunk, like an hour or something, for a good live. Can't wait. Have a fantastic day and week. Take care and see you again soon on Frugalful. Bye for now.